Recording. Okay, good morning, everybody. People are just starting to trickle in, which I love, 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 love. And before we get started with our amazing soon-to-be bestseller author, I kind of just want to welcome everybody and just get a feel for the room. Michael in New York. Is that Michael Garvin? He was on camera and he just went off camera. Let's see who else we have coming in. Stacy, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're good. Tell us something good. What's going on? You've been posting like crazy and all over the place.
I joined the Bionic Babes. It's this like dance crew, and we go in Louisiana. We have parades like crazy, so we march in parades and stuff like that, and it raises awareness of cancer.
Oh,
And so yeah, so I joined that, and I'm meeting all kinds of great people, and just making connections.
cool. Love it.
Yeah,
Love your videos that you post as well.
thank you.
Let's
So
see.
Stacy's the expert at getting involved in 10 different organizations and getting leads from them. I'm telling you, she's really good at getting her 25 people a day. So if you ever need expertise on that, she's our gal.
Oh, thanks, Annie.
Love it. All right, I am going to try and switch this around for a second. I'm not sure. Just playing with this, guys.
Hey, is there a discount? Is there any coupon codes to get your pre-ordered book?
Well, I can get that for you. Yeah, sure, no problem. I can get that for you. I just have to verify with my VA in the code, okay? But yes, let me see if she join us.
Let's see who else we got coming on. They haven't talked to in a while. Janet Scott, all the way in Martha's Vineyard. How's it going out there?
Oh, listen, we're having the most beautiful September ever.
Are you?
Yeah, it's absolutely like today's the coolest of the days, and then it's going to get back up to the 80s. It's gorgeous.
I'm flying into Connecticut on Saturday, so I think it's going to be a beautiful week.
It is. Good
We're
for you.
Glad to have you on.
Thank
Who else
you.
do we have? Tucker.
Hey,
Good morning.
rabbit, everybody.
Rabbit. Thank you for saying that. I've been doing it with my cousin for probably 20 something years. And we do it at midnight, and there's a little competition to see who gets on it first. And I have to admit, she got me at midnight. I had fallen asleep the last
that's
2 minutes
cute.
waiting for that. So we send each other a little rabbit, and we wish each other good luck. So let's see, who else? Janet, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Super excited to have Yisbel here today. Tell something good. What's going on? Remind everybody where you are.
Me
Yeah.
or Isabel?
No, you.
I'm in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And
Cool.
yeah, the weather's great here as well. I'm thinking about going to EXPCon. I haven't committed yet.
Well, I think everybody on the call here would say yes. And if you don't do EXPCon, I'm going to say go to Cabo.
I am going to Cabo.
Oh.
And this would be the first EXPCon that I've missed.
Okay. Well, we understand it's hard to do everything. If you can go to EXPCon, I know it's a challenge with the hotels not trying to, sway you anyway, but that seems to be one of the biggest pushbacks for everybody is, everyone's kind of all displaced, but we end up finding each other and hanging out, but we're glad you're going to go to EXPCon. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, people trickle in all the time. Has anybody else got something they want to share before I introduce this fabulous person I get to call my friend? All right, let's mute everybody. And Yisbel, what can I say? We met about a year ago. We became fast friends here in Florida. I have, you meet people, guys, and they don't walk around with a resume, right? We meet them and at face value right away from their energy or just the way they carry themselves. And, this is what I want to say about Yisbel. We just started having a conversation. She invited me to her office. She invited me to do a podcast. And I really did not know who this awesome leader was. I mean, I just fell in love with her because of her energy. And I think one of the first times I was at your office, you were rushing out that night to go get some. You were nominated for one of the top agents in the area. And then as you get to know her, you say, oh my God, I get to hang out with this person. She really wants me to be on her podcast. She's an icon agent. She travels to the Dominican Republic. She's got an amazing team. She's in the top, is it 1% or 10%? I don't want to.
Yeah, the top 1% of ESP.
Top 1% of EXP, guys. Come on. So when we were talking and she was talking about her book, I said, oh, please, can we launch it on Wake Up Wednesday? And she agreed to do that. So I don't want to take away from her. I just want you to know, again, the proximity of where you are, whether it's in person or on a Zoom meeting like this, it's just so important because I know every single one of you, whether male or female, are going to be lifted up from this call today and everything that Yisbel does. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Well, I love Peggy. She's an amazing person that I get to call my friend as well. And I'm very grateful for you to open your space for me to share with all of you what is my blueprint and what I've been doing to get that unstoppable drive as the title of my book. So thank you again for having me.
You're welcome.
And I'm just gonna share a few insights of my book. And by the way, I have it right here. I'm so excited. So we have a bestseller campaign on October 14th. And so now we do have an event that Peggy's going to be one of the speakers. That event is going to happen on October 17 in Fort Myers, Florida. We are going to share the link on the chat, the link for the event for you to register, and also the link for you to pre-order the book. And let me talk to you a little bit about Unstoppable Drive, because this is not about me, even though it's my story, it's about you. Okay, because we all have a story, we all have struggles, we all go through things, right? And so in order to become unstoppable, you need to define your why. Why are you in business? Why you're doing real estate? Why you're doing what you're doing? Why are you a mortgage loan originator? Wherever you are doing whatever is your position on the real estate field, you need to have a very clear idea. Where are you and why you're doing what you're doing? Because if you don't have this clear, then when struggles, test, a door close on you, then your fuel is your why. And that's what really that's what take you to the next level, and that's what's actually is going to help you to become unstoppable. I'm going to share a few things that and I'm going to be very personal. Never be ashamed from where you're coming from, because that's going to keep you grounded and that's going to keep you humble. And also it's going to help you out to have empathy with those people that are not there, that are not at your level. And again, this amazing company that we get to call our company, ESP Realty, we get to pour into others. As they grow, you grow as well. And one of the things is that you need to have a very clear vision and definition, okay, of what vehicle are you driving today? What does your account looks like? What's the balance? Where are you? What's the point A? Where are you today? Where do you want to go? Okay, so as long as you know where are you and where you want to go, then the rest is easy. You kind of have the roadmap. Okay, this is what I want to go and this is what I am. And this is my strategy. This is my action plan based on that goal that you establish. If you don't know where you're going, there's no way that you're going to get there. And I'm sure a lot of you kind of rhyme with this, that you understand that you need to have clarity and you need to be specific. Or today, thanks God, I have multiple investment. I have multiple houses here where I live in the state of Florida. And I just closed in an apartment yesterday in Dominican Republic for Airbnb purpose. And so, but that didn't start there. Uh,
Mhm.
I was living in my mother's home. Okay. I remember that I got divorced. I got a newborn. He was 6 months. And I start from zero. Okay. Now that newborn today is 16, but we went through very hard time. Okay. I remember one of the things that I share on my book is that there's some like painful moment that is stick with you forever. And one of those moments was that I was going grocery shopping, and my newborn, my baby boy, he opened the strawberry box and he started eating it. And he ate like maybe four strawberry, and I go, hey, no, we need to watch that, put it. And I remember I got a box of diaper and some fruits and a few food, right? So when I went to pay, my card didn't go through. And I had at that moment, I kind of had an attitude, and I go, are you sure? There's enough. You should try again. And didn't go through. And so I kind of have to step aside because there were people behind me waiting for me. And why I'm telling you this is because there's no way you're going to experience growth and transformation if there's no pain. If you are comfortable where you are, there's no way that you're going to grow. Oh, let me try real estate. Let me see if it works. Nothing is going to happen. Your
Mhm.
heart and your passion is not there. So I was mad, and I'm in the middle of my son ate four strawberry, and I just noticed. I kind of log in on my account pretty quick, and I noticed that a check came through my account before the time that's supposed to came through. And oh my gosh, I was there. No money, divorce, with a kid, single mom. And I came back, and the guy that was behind me paid for my grocery, and I felt so bad. I mean, that's awesome what he did, but I had kind of ego, someone else paying for my stuff, and I couldn't afford for my own baby. I felt terrible, and I go, I can't continue this way. I just can't. And then I start doing side hustling. I I start doing sales, and I try Medicaid. I try this. I try special selling a special water with high oxygen on it, like a special thing. I try so many things, and I never felt fulfilled. Another key that I want to share with you is that what you're doing, is it really your purpose? Is it something that really fulfill you, or you're doing because it worked for somebody else? It doesn't work that way. I strongly believe that there's provision when you're doing your calling, and your calling is your passion, and your passion is your purpose. Okay. And so once I decide to get licensed in real estate and then start having closing, I go, wow, this is it. Like the fulfillment and the joy that I start having, like, oh my gosh, I'm changing life. I'm impacting people's life, from tenants to landlord, from tenants to homeowners. And that was pretty cool, the feeling. And so I can close my story is that, so the guy left a note like, God bless you, God pay for your for your groceries. And that moment impact me forever. And that's one of the things that I have on my journal. And I say I would never. I made a promise to myself and my son, and now I have three kids, to, back in the days, I had just him. Like, I made a promise to myself and to my kids that I will build a very strong legacy. Now I'm defining my why. I'm doing this because of my kids. Why? Dean Graziosi, I don't know how many of you know Dean Graziosi. If you know Dean Graziosi, type 1 in the chat. He was, I started in real estate as a wholesaler. Wholesaling, you don't need a license. Okay, you don't need a license. I learned that with a course with Dean Graziosi. And this mentorship and this class that I took with him, it really, I love it. I mean, I was going to another level. And so we know, if you know wholesaling, you know that there's a very thin line between what you can do with a license and what you cannot do without a license. So wholesalers who don't have a license, I go, there's a very thin line here. Let me get licensed. And so I got licensed. And so my business switched. Then I start serving first-time home buyers. I stopped wholesaling. Now, today in day, my niche is investors. So as you grow, another thing that I want to share with you that is that, okay, so we talk about clarity. We talk about where are you today? You need to be clear where are you and where you're going. We talk about defining your why. We talk about you must feel pain to experience fully transformation and growth. Now we're talking about that in order for you to go to the next level, you need to identify what season are you in business. So when I started in business as a licensee, my niche was the first-time home buyers. And as I was growing, that changed. Okay, now today I serve investors and developers. And this group of people, they do business completely with me. And so I list, I represent maybe like 5 builders right now, and they provide me 20 plus inventory each one. And but at the beginning, that wasn't my niche. So where are you today in business? Who is your niche? Does your niche serve your goal? And does your niche serve the action plan that you have? Is your message clear enough that really rhyme with your niche? Because sometimes we serve a group of people, but we are not clear in the message, in the color that we're using. And today I'm sharing how I became unstoppable, how I became the top 250 Latino agents in the US, according with NARA Top 250, how I became top 1% 4 years in a row within ESP Realty out of 87,000 agents. All that sounds great, but everything in life has a beginning. And those are the things that get me what I am today. Now, today I'm sharing that a Latina woman was able to make it, and not only to make it, but to maintain. So as you need to identify the different seasons you are in business, and according to the season you are, is that your message, is that your niche, is that your action plan, is that your budget, your strategy, and something really, really important. I can tell you that this is your circle, the people that you surround yourself. I am so intentional with the conversations I have. And I noticed that lately that I'm Christian. I respect your faith and your belief, but how God aligned people with me. And they reach out to me like, oh, my organization, my team name is Kingdom Group, and so nothing wrong with putting your last name on a team, okay? But I didn't want it to be about me, but about God, because I am what I am today because of Him, right? And so I want to people experience joy, and I want people to receive the best experience, and they can see the possibility. And when the kingdom of God comes, abundance and possibility comes. And so that has been my journey since I opened up my organization, my team, and all my team members and my clients. I will say 80% of them are believers, 20% are not. And again, I'm open to serve and work with everyone, but how God aligned things, you know. And so that's why it's important when you are branding to define your principles, your value, what's your vision statement, what's your mission statement, because that's like fundamentals of your business, because your goal aligns with that, because your why aligns with that, and everything aligns together. And so when we don't have a clear brand, then people get confused. I'm sure you noticed that these big brands, Coca-Cola, um, Starbucks, they at least they have one specific message. So you must define what is the message that you want to share with your niche. What is a value proposition, right? And so
Mhm.
once you do that, you're going to attract. Yes, go ahead, Peggy.
No, I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, and hey, and if anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself. I would like to do this, very. If you have any question, any comments, feel free to put your hand up, and I'm sure.
Well, now that you mention that, and
Yeah.
some of the notes that I'm taking, because this is amazing stuff, how do you define the seasons? You're talking about the season that you're in. So if people are new to this, how would you say, what are the seasons and how do they understand them and how do they figure out what season they're in?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, this is how I do it. Okay. I'm sure a lot of you that been in business for a long time, you have your own way, but this is the way I do it. The way I do it is that I have three different categories, right? And in my business. And so is beginner, advance, and esper. Okay. And when you begin in business, you are that person that get to say yes to everybody, that you make yourself available on a Sunday or whatever. You're flexible because you're new. Nobody knows you, right? Um, so I am in the esper level because I get to choose who do I want to work with. Now, the middle part, like the advanced part, is when you are starting to define who do you want to work with. And in regards to production, in regards to the competition and the numbers on your market, where are you? Are you average? Are you an average agent? Are you your production level is low, is normal, is high, is top? Okay, so that will go according to your season. And why am I saying this? Because once you start having a lot of production, a lot of volume, then you're going to start having this invitation. I get to be in the top agent magazine cover as a future agent. I get to be in Real Producers of the Southwest Florida as the future agent cover, and your name and start having momentum, right? And so I am no longer in the season of beginner. I am now moving from advanced to esper. And so your goals in the beginning cannot be the same as the one as an esper. It cannot be, because we have to transition because if we're done, and when I'm talking about transition, we need to identify the systems that we are using. As I grew, I was switching systems. I was switching providers so it can accommodate. I used to be a solo agent, but now I have an organization of 30 people. So now I'm transition, right? It cannot be the same. You need to identify where are you today in volume, okay? What system you use, what's your level, and talking about in the real estate market where you are, what's your level? Are you a top producer? Are you an average agent? um, and if you're an average agent, don't feel bad. Okay, don't feel bad. We are where there's once we start. Just identify that person in your market or the person you admire that you would like to become, and what is that they're doing? Invite them for a coffee. Okay, I strongly believe in collaboration. And you are only one conversation away, one relationship away for the next level on your business. I love connecting with like-minded people. That has been a key for me. And when I'm talking about the circle, like I'm really jealous. Like if I'm having a conversation that it doesn't serve my why and it doesn't serve my goal and doesn't serve better me, I stop right there. I go, well, I do apologize, but I have to go, even with family. Because you need to keep your energy and your mind where they have to be. And there's some conversation that steal your energy. And I love Tony Robbins when I was sharing this yesterday in the Gap Mastermind, that high energy equals high income. Tony Robbins mentioned that a lot. And sometimes we feel like we don't have that energy or that desire of doing things because sometimes we are listening the wrong conversation, the wrong people, and that's still your energy. So, yeah. So go ahead, Peggy. Yes.
So when you're talking about this, I know that there are people on this call or out there that we come in contact every day, and they've had that high. They've been where they thought they were at that expert level. And now, for whatever reason, they've gone back to advance, and some of them are even starting completely over. How do you address that and keep your mindset going if you are moving in those different seasons?
I love the question. Have some mercy with yourself. Have some grace with yourself. I'm very hard with myself, by the way, but we need to have some mercy with ourselves. Sit down. I believe that everything starts from inside out. Sit down and start writing things down on what is it that you miss. What is it? What was that decision that you made that took you back from the beginning? Because there was something, nothing happened because of yes. Identify that mistake, that error, that wrong decision, and then start over again. It's okay. Things happen in life. I had a very impactful moment with my father when he passed away. I kind of did a pause on. He passed away 15 years ago, and it was a very hard season. I kind of stopped all my projects and everything I was doing, and have some grace with yourself. Start over, okay? Build your business plan. Identify those people, those relationship systems that are going to help you. And I believe that once you identify the mistake, the error, the bad decision that you made, because it's on us. It's how the market is this year and how is your production. I mean, the outside is one thing, but the inside is something else. I strongly believe that there's always someone making money. It doesn't matter what market, because everything starts from inside out and greatness starts within you. So turn off the noises outside, turn off whatever happened in the past, start over, and skill yourself, train yourself, educate yourself. And I'm sure that you're going to be all right. Just focus. Remember that what we focus on is span. Don't focus on what happened, what I couldn't do. Just focus on what you can change and what you can transform for better and good.
That's perfect. Okay, I'm having problems with my battery, which I talked about in the beginning. So hopefully this is not going to boot me off, but I just went in on my cell phone. So hopefully I can stay on this. Let's open it up. What kind of questions does everybody have? Someone put in the chat, where do you get the recordings? Great question. If you go to jeanfrederick.com, you scroll down to the bottom, we have a whole section on Wake Up Wednesday, and it will give you not only this recording, but the other recordings. They're usually up within about a week. All right, questions. Tucker, you had a question.
My only question is, Yisbel, can you post your contact information? This is
Yes.
very good.
Thank
Are you in Florida?
I am. I'm in the Southwest. I'm in Cape Coral, Florida.
This is
That's great.
So, what was your inspiration for the book?
You know, the inspiration of my book is that I learned the hard way. I learned real estate the hard way. I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have a guide, and I want everyone to have this as their guide. I share absolutely everything, and I get very personal here. I share like a story like the grocery shopping, what happened to me back in when my firstborn was a baby and all that. I what really I want that new agents or those agents that feel lost find hope and understand that you can make it. Because if I was able to make it, yes, you can. So this is a guy and an inspiration, and with real life samples and my blueprint. I'm very transparent and open on this book, but I learned the hard way in real estate. I didn't have so many things happened to me when I start in business that's why you need to have very clear your why, because if you're done, you're gonna quit.
So we're going to put the book name again. Hold up the book so everyone can see it. So what I am honored with today is we can help from this call Yisbel become a #1 bestseller. And
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about books. I love the cover. And what it is you pre-order, and then you want to explain that, and you want to put the link in the chat for us, how this works and why people aren't going to get their book tomorrow or they can't find it on Amazon yet. Or
Yes, and I'm so grateful, Peggy, with people like you, Rebecca, Veronica Figueroa, that they're my upline. I'm so grateful. I really feel the love and the support on this project. Very special. And another thing is that I want my kids, that they're grown up now already, know and remember that in life you have to work hard, you have to show up, you have to be disciplined and consistent, and that they feel proud of their mom. And I'm leaving an example to them by showing up and by just leaving in print my story. I am going to share the link of, so we have an event on just before ESPCon. It's going to happen Friday, October 17,
yep.
from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. I am going to have so many amazing people, and one of them is Peggy as a speaker.
Yep.
I am going to have the mayor of the city of Fort Myers sharing with us. It's a real estate mastermind, okay? I'm also going to have top producer, the CEO of Real Producers Southwest Florida, luxury panels. I mean, I'm going to share now the link. So that is happening on October 17. If you can make it, if you can join us, if you are in Florida, please grab your ticket. So let me copy the link, grab your ticket. So that link is for that event. And then I am going to share this link for you to pre-order my book as well. The book is coming out on October 17th. And the bestseller campaign is happening on October 14. But you can do the pre-order, and my team is gonna take care of the final order.
Would you please explain what the bestseller campaign means?
Yes, yes. So the bestseller campaign means that the purchase has to happen in a specific period of time. So that must happen on October 14. The bestseller campaign is gonna take 24 to 48 hours. So you can do the pre-order now. My team will take care to enter all the orders. That's why it says pre-order, but she's gonna finalize all the orders on October 14, because on the 17th, I'm manifesting and declaring that I am going to become a bestseller. And bestseller doesn't really mean selling so many amount of book. It means that on that classification in Amazon, you have to be the one that sell the most. So it could be that same day 5 books, right? And if I sold 200 books and the other one sold less, or 1,000, it really depends on how many books on that day. So it has to happen a specific day and time, and you have to be the book that sell the most on that specific day and time.
So we're super excited to help you get there. That's our goal, is to help you get on the bestseller list. And what I'm going to ask is that if you have teams, if you have other people, share this link with them, guys. I mean, this is a campaign, right? We all come here to lift each other up. Yisbel's been a speaker before with us. She pours into us. Let's really support her. So I'm just like, okay, buy the book, buy more than one copy, right? So let's open it up to questions. And again, I hope my iPad doesn't die here. I'm having a little technical difficulties. But who's got questions for her?
So how long did it take you to get to be where you're at right now?
Well, that's a great question. I was very aggressive and I am very intentional. I will tell you, my first year as a licensee, I sold 42 homes.
Yes.
Yes. So since I start, I break records and I became a top producer. And I go, okay, this sounds, this is really cool. You're impacting people's life, doing good in business and in life. And so to make it is one thing, but to maintain the level is another thing. And so that was my next step, to maintain that level. And then Scott has been like that every year. Now, I've been as a licensee only 6 years. I've been in the real estate industry for the last 10. So yeah, that's the amount of time that I have as a real estate. Now, one thing about me is that
That is not true.
Huh?
What did you say,
Sorry.
Tucker?
Sorry.
Mute yourself, darling. There we go. Thank you.
So one thing is that when I started in real estate, I studied a bunch of designations. I made myself a GRI realtor. I done the SFR, which is the short sale foreclosure resources specialist. I done the RSBS, all those certifications that is gonna set me apart. So if you wanna be great, you need to educate and study. I'm huge in personal development. I attend to Tony Robbins events. I listen to Dean Graziosi. I go to Cabo and see Brent. By the way, I love my ESP family. And so you have to be very intentional with education, because if you don't know, there's no way you can add value to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no way you can become the top without knowing. You know, I think it's lack of respect of serving people and not studying and not knowing your contracts and not knowing the pro and the good and the bad and everything about what you're doing.
Who else has got some questions? You got a top producer here, guys.
Yeah, I want to know how did you connect with builders and represent builders? Because out here in the Valley of Phoenix, 22 cities, all of the builders have their own sales force. I mean, you know, the majors, right? All the majors have their own sales force, and you're not even allowed to take referrals, or I mean, you work for them and that's all you do. How did you represent one and then, you know, five? How did that happen?
Well, I've been where I am right now, and the city where I live, I've been living here for over 21 years. I'm big in the community. Um, I'm a church person. I'm very active at my church. We do a lot of community activities. I do sponsor a lot of events. I am the chair for the Hispanic Board of Southwest Florida. I am also board director for NAREP. And why I'm telling you all this, because all this involvement gave me that connection and that relationship and that recommendation. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes consistent. It takes involvement on your community. You need to build a name and a brand, and builders will notice. There was a investor that he's a builder that he reached out to me, and he goes like, "Hey, I build, and I noticed that you represent a lot of new construction, and once you start doing that, you're gonna get noticeable, especially those big guys that know, they look you up, they look up your numbers,
Mm,
they know what you're doing, and believe it or not, um, they know the top agents. You don't need to brag about it or doing this and that. They see the numbers because it's something public, right? Everyone can access to. And so he goes like, wow, during 2024, because we know that during 2024, over 70% of agents maybe sold one home. And I'm
mhm.
grateful that I sold 46, because our game plan and our strategy has to change. You cannot continue doing what happened in pandemic in 2020,
Mhm.
2021. You need to switch. You need to be very intentional or what's working. See all the pending homes on your MLS and why your name is not there. There's something wrong you're doing. There's something you are not doing.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Just so I'm doing this, Annie, I just made you host on this in case my laptop dies here, so we won't get disconnected. So, okay, what other questions? Talk about what are you doing in the Dominican Republic? And how
Yeah,
do they get into other countries? Because it's
yeah.
real, it's a possibility.
Yeah, of course it is. It is 100%. So, and let me tell you one thing. We are blessed in this country because third world country like Dominican Republic, they don't have MLS. We have everything here to be successful. I was born there. I know the difference between here and over there. And when I got here, one of the questions I asked myself when I got here over 25 years ago, I asked myself, why there's homeless? I don't understand. That's a mental thing. Because if you are born in a third world country and the lack of opportunities and things for you to do things is is almost zero. I mean, it's very difficult and hard. And so over there, we don't have MLS, okay? And so real estate agents, top producer over there, like my respect to them because there's not, they don't use exclusive listings over there. In one property, you're gonna see like 5 multiple signs. But I will tell you about me again. You are the one in control of your business, not the people. All the listings that I have over there is exclusive. There's no more sign other than my sign. So you set the rules, and so I start ESP Dominicana because ESP is over there. ESP Dominicana start inviting me to speak at events over there, and so that's how I start hiring and recruiting agents. Now I do have a team over there of 10 people, and we're getting momentum. I just closed a deal yesterday. So it's possible. You just have to connect with those agents from other places. And also in ESP Peru, that's in South America, I'm also building a team over there. I have 5 agents there. And so it's about connection. How did I get to build or start building teams over there? Is by connecting with people. ESPCon is a great place to do that. So I will say use your time wisely at ESPCon, connect with as many people as possible, and take advantage of this wonderful opportunity that this amazing company provide by being the best in the world, the best brokerage in the world. We are in over 27 countries, so take advantage of that. You can recruit everywhere. So the only thing that stop you is you not taking action.
I have a question. The agency you're recruiting outside of the country, 'cause I've been working on that as well in Germany and Greece. Um, are they new agents or existing agents? And for the if they are new, which all of the people I'm speaking with are new, how are you establishing mentorship and getting them started in that country?
Yeah. Well, I speak three language, okay? So I have training every single week. I have trainings every Monday in English, and I have trainings every Tuesday in Spanish. And I get all my Latino people into that call. And so that's how I build my leaders, my agents on those places. So I have experienced agent and I also have new agents, both. And I put them in a mentorship where they have to go. I have an ABC, you have to do this, watch this video, do this. And then we meet once a week, one on one, because I can do it more than once a month. I don't have that many time. And so, that's how I do it. Weekly trainings, I provide them a guide, and I do a lot of traveling as well. I also spoke on a panel in Spain of it as well, and so I get to connect with my people in that way, taking the opportunity of being there, present, speaking, and also helping them, and I create events as well, in-person events, and I travel and I go, and yeah, momentum is happening in some countries, I will tell you. So identify where do you want to spend, identify the need, because the real estate need in every country varies, you know, and prepare a class and a mentorship based on the needs of your agents, of your region. That's how I do it.
Do we have Costa Rica yet?
No, I don't think so. I think it's coming though. But no, we don't have Costa Rica yet. But yeah, so I know Phil is working a few things there. But if you have people over there, as long you can reach out to Phil, or um, I forgot the name of the person in charge of international. There's someone else new there, but yes, we're not there yet.
You guys, this is amazing. So thank you, Annie, for taking over as host, because I was able to jump back on my phone and not cut this meeting off. So Isabel, people are looking at this and they're saying, oh my gosh, look at everything she does. She's top 1% here. She is top Latino agents in the country. She is running a team in another country. How do you do this? And then you have 3 children.
Yeah. I block times. What is not on my calendar, it doesn't happen. So I set priorities. Now, Monday through Friday after 3 p.m., I'm not available for anybody unless it's an investor in town, coming from up north. I do some session, But after 3 p.m., I have 3 kids. They're very active. I have a basketball player, a professional ballerina, and a gymnastic girl. So I'm very present, because sometimes you call yourself the CEO, the business owner, and all this, but you're a slave of yourself, right? So it's important that the most important thing in your life, which is relationship, your family, your kids, if you have kids, your partner, you need to make quality time with them. I block my calendar with my kids because they have a lot of games or events, or I block time, I set priorities, and I say no to things. I used to say yes to everything, and I was burning out, and I go, mm-mm. So set priorities. I wake up very early. I go to the gym. That for me, if I don't go to the gym, I might feel, I don't know, weird and kind of stressful, because it's a lot. You need to keep that mental wellness, right? And by by being with the one you love and doing things that you love and think about yourself. And for me, I would tell you another thing that's really, really important is prayer. And my relationship with God is been a key for my business and everything I do. But yes, and I in regards to training people, agents from other country, is that I do weekly trainings and they all join. So I have agents in Peru, I have agents in Dominican Republic, and I have agents in Florida that they prefer Spanish. They join on my Spanish training every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And that's, I connect with all of them at the same time. I have even the ones that I'm in the process of recruiting, you see like 40 agents jumping in at the same time. And that's how I do it. If they need help and assistance, they can have me one-on-one by making a phone call, or if they want mentorship with me, one-on-one is once a month. I can't do more than that unless they need something. They can call me and I will help them out.
That's awesome. So we have a couple minutes left. You are also, on top of all this, you are certified John Maxwell coach. And tell us about that and how did your journey go? I mean, I look at you, Yisbel, and you have so much going on, and yet you tell us, and I know this because I've been with you, hard stop at 3 o'clock. So talk to us about why you wanted to become a John Maxwell coach and what that has done for you.
Yeah. Well, we call him Papa John. John Maxwell, he's a Christian entrepreneur, pastor. And the reason I'm always looking for a better version of myself. And I got that certification 4 years ago, no, 3 years ago. And I also got the successful coaching certification as well. They are completely different. And I know some of you here know me from the successful coaching classes that we took. And they're completely different. And talking about John Maxwell, his main thing is people. And I think that's one of the things that has given me success. I really care. I really love people. I want to see people grow. I had some betray and some agents that come to my team to do the wrong things. I still do good because at the end of the day, the commitment is not with them, it's with God. At the end of the day, God pays really well, people don't. So John Maxwell, um, uh, and he talks a lot about people, about serving, and that's what Jesus did. He came here to serve, not to be served. I do have access to all his book. I can teach any of his book and any of his teaching, and it's been a life-changing mind switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely be a better person, a better version of myself, and a better leader.
So you guys, do you hear a theme here? There's a huge theme going on. And that theme is she falls strong believer in her faith. And again, I love the fact that no matter what the faith is, we all support you on your faith. You're absolutely right. It's serving others. Faith first, serving others, family. Family's important. She sets a boundary that she's going to be devoted to her children and her family after 3 o'clock. I have seen agents to this day drop everything and feel because that buyer needs you right away or that seller needs something right away. You have to drop everything and do that. No, that is a way of ruining yourself, your family, and all of your beliefs and values. And I wrote down a couple of questions. Just quickly, Yisbel, what are some of your non-negotiables?
My non-negotiable is my values, my principles. Anyone can come to me and say, hey, I got this idea of doing this. And if it goes against my values and principle, that's a big no-no. My time with my family and my kids, my faith, Again, I work with believers, non-believers. It's not about that. It's about,
Right.
you know, but yes, those are the things non-negotiable. And something really big for me is personal development, education, training. That's non-negotiable. We cannot stop learning. I'm always looking to better myself. And as the world change, and as we see a lot of evolution and a lot of things in real estate, in the real estate industry, you need to continue to train yourself. I will never stop taking class just because, oh, I'm the top 2%. I'm very coachable. I'm always in training and learning and attending that event and having that lunch with that person. That, that's non-negotiable for me.
I'm so glad you said that, because in my notes here, that was one of the things that I was going to say at the end of the call. And one of the biggest takeaways for me is that even when you get to the expert level, you've got to keep learning. It is a non-negotiable item for me. And I feel that if you are in the beginning stages, and if you're not out there listing and selling, then what the heck are you doing? You better be on a training call. You better be out. I mean, this past Sunday, guys, I got out of my comfort zone. I went around and did open houses for agents in Cape Coral. And I got one appointment and met with an agent already from that. Always keep learning. Never stop doing what you're doing. And we all fall back a little bit, and I'm sure there's days, Yisbel, where you feel, I'm not that expert anymore. Get into those rooms, get onto these events that we have here, whether it's mine, Jean's Generals, or anybody else's out there. And if you are, and I want to say this too, because when I went to the open house, I spoke to a top producer. I didn't know who it was when I was going in. Turns out he does. He says he does like $15 million. And I said, what do you attribute that to? And he said, I attribute it to the fact that I do open houses all the time. And Yisbel, I kind of approached him as maybe being a speaker at our event. And he said to me, oh, I can't do that. And I said, why? I'm not giving away my secrets of how you do an open house. I literally laughed out loud at him. I said, dude, I've been in real estate for over 40 years. You're telling me you've been doing it for 5, and you are not willing to share what you are, borrowing and taking from other people. I said, my God, if you have written the whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, to do in open houses, you should be out there publishing a book. I just couldn't believe the small and limited mind.
That's a scarcity mindset. You have to be open.
Oh my gosh.
You have to serve. That's crazy.
And you know what? I made a decision right then and there that he's not a person that I want to be in business with. He's not a person that I want to try and get to come to our organization that's built on culture and giving back and teaching and training. So this isn't about the numbers. At the former company I was at, man, I had to hire between 15 and 20 people a month. That was non-negotiables for the owners of that market center. If you could fog a mirror, I would sign you up to come to our company. We get the freedom to choose of who we want to be in business with. And I felt so good walking out of that open house going, no, thank you. I'll take a hard pass on that one. So it's okay to say no. Wouldn't you agree, Isabel?
100%, 100%. You need to learn how to say no, and just commit with those things that really serve you and serve the better version of yourself.
So thank you so much. It's at the top of the hour. Let's help her make this a bestseller.
Okay, quick question. Do you have a discount code? I was going to put a pre-order in. Do you have it says enter coupon code. I just didn't know if you had one.
I don't have one, but I can definitely have my VA. I don't know if she's on.
How much is the book?
37.
Okay. We want Yisbel to get as much money out of this as we can too. So Don't hold up if we don't have a discount code, because it's only gonna save you about $3, guys, if that. So Annie, I love the question that you asked. That's great. If we can get one, we love it. If not, we will order your book. We'll pre-order it. If you are in Florida or anywhere near Fort Myers on the 17th, please come and join us. I saw at one, Sarah's on this call. She's coming in from Kentucky. She's going to be on the top producer speakers. I am one of the keynotes opening the event out. And then I get to moderate the luxury panel. So we'd love to have you guys join in.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome week and get your tickets to EXPCon.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys. Thanks, Yisbel.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye.